All right. Good evening, everyone. Good to have you all this evening on the Scaling a Business or AfriScale program. I can hear you. Please kindly introduce yourself on the chat. Let me get to know who is on the call with us today. Yeah. So just drop your name, drop the state you are joining us from, and then tell us what you do as a business for business, and then maybe you can just tell us what you had for dinner if you've had one already. Okay, so just these three things: your name, your business. You may also want to tell us your business name, and then also the what you do in your business, and then you tell us where you're joining us from. Then the final one is what you had for dinner. Okay, yeah. So good to have you all. So I'll be waiting for your introduction. Let me get to meet you. Of course, my name is Emmanuel Odiadipe. I am a digital specialist, entrepreneur, also founder and CEO of Infix. And I'm so glad to have you all here today. Can you all hear me now? Yes, I was initially muted, waiting for people to join. And yeah, we are live. So if you're on the call, just kindly introduce yourself. Good evening, everyone. I'm Adeyemi Risikat, CEO of Composite Ventures, Nigeria enterprise maker of Temiril Cosmetics based in Akure, Ondo State of Nigeria. Thank you, Risikat. Good to have you here. Okay, so just introduce yourself. Let's get to meet you. Know where you're joining us from. Jerry is from Adamawa. Juliana Noah, thank you for joining us. Olua Kemi Osagboje from Lagos. Lawrence. Okay, Bridget can hear me loud and clear. Thank you, Bridget, for that feedback. We have Kwene Godwin Luca from Jos Plateau State. Hawa Rabiu. We have Omwada Ogoma from where you joining us from. Nobody's telling us what you had for dinner already. Bege Nuhu produces quality baked bread in Kaduna State. Thank you for joining, Jerry. POS links here in Damaturu, Yobe State. Uche Eda Philip Josh Fashion Design Abuja FCT. Abdurrahman Ibrahim Abdulkadir Lawal Sada Katsina State, apiculturist and cattle reconditioner. Indomie. Okay. Thank you for joining us. I may get clarification on what you do later. Blessing from Lagos, a baker and a caterer, and Blam Cakes and Kitchen. I had fufu and afang soup for dinner. Blessing. That's amazing. Please send address so that I'll come join you there. Manuel Adikwe, I'm John Peter Effiong, a serial entrepreneur and a founder of Top Star College International Schools, where educational technology institution that is providing and transforming education through personalized learning model, thus empowering future young early learners with inclusive, innovative, and sustainable education. I'm joining from Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Thank you so much for joining us. F. Young, Joshua Musa, Vandy from Adamawa Healthcare. Adeyemi said dinner is pounded yam and vegetable soup. I'm so proud of you, Adeyemi. Proudly African. Oku Charity Choma, residing in Jos, Plateau State. Thank you so much, everyone. Please keep the introduction coming. Let's get to hear you. Let's get to know where you're joining us from. Of course, just tell us your name, what you do, the kind of business, where you're joining us from, and also tell us what you had for breakfast, right? Yes. Okay. Haruna Mohammed, Kaduna State, doing computer business. Your volume has. Can you all hear me? If you can hear me, just type loud and clear. If you can hear me, just type loud and clear. Okay. If you can hear me, just type loud and clear. Okay. If you can't hear me, just type not clear. Okay. That's just to help me know who is tuned in or not. If you can hear me, just type loud and clear. Okay. I'm waiting for the first person to send me loud and clear, so I'm sure. Okay, loud and clear. Great. So, without wasting our time, I would like us to go straight to the business of the day. Now, first, Happy New Year. 2026 is a new year, fresh starts, good time to, start clean, start a lot of things that you had planned before, right? Yeah. So, what are your business goals? What are your revenue goals? We're going to help you start very well this year so you are able to continue well. But it's not enough to start well. It's also important that you remain consistent throughout the year. Okay. How many of us have our New Year resolution? I think we call it, yeah, New Year resolution, right? You written down some of the things you want to achieve this year and all and all and all. I hope this time around you will not drop that list by February or March or July. I hope you will stay true to that list. I hope you will be able to remain consistent and say, yeah, I need the discipline to be able to remain consistent. And sometimes consistency requires that you do those things that are painful, that are not convenient, right? Anybody can claim to be disciplined when you are doing the things that you love, but when you do the things that you don't love and you consistently keep showing up and keep doing that thing over and over again, that's when we know that really, really, really you are consistent, right? So, but first, let's look at how to scale your business. Right, we'll do this today, do this tomorrow. We consistently do this so that we set you up for success. We set you up for scale this year. What does it mean to scale your business, right? And then at the end of this session, we also get to know if your business is scalable. If your business is not scalable, you may want to look at how you probably need to tweak the idea. You probably need to adjust the idea. I am not saying that if you don't fall in the category of that business that is entirely the category of what we'll be saying is scalable today, that you should all drop the business. But our focus is how we can have scalable businesses. That's our focus. Now, what scaling means is that you are able to build sustainable growth that doesn't overwhelm your team or resources. So it's more like a growth without stress. I mean, everything has a stress, but this is less stressful. Scaling means serving more people with less cost. How do you serve more people? How do you increase your customer base while maintaining or reducing per unit expense? Yes. So you've got to focus on smart growth this year, right? Because the labor of the foolish wearieth them, for they do not understand the way to the city. Do not labor foolishly this year. You've got to look at where and what are the things that are scalable. Now, scale means building systems that work even when you are not there. So how do you build structures and systems and processes, right, that can outlive and outlast you even when you are not physically present there? Those are the businesses you should be looking at. How do you put such structures in place that really make sense, that you are able to get things going even you are not physically present? So you may ask, what is the difference between growth and scaling? Now, in the context of what we're discussing today, now, for instance, I'll give you an example. Let's say I want to send a message to 100 people, right? And if I want to send them a physical letter, I've got to print 100, letter with 100 sheet of paper. I've got to also buy 100 envelopes. I have to, sign all of them. then probably buy 100 stamp. Is this stamp they call it in post office? And then post to all of them, right? That's more resources. That's more time. That's more effort because it has to be manually delivered to all of the 100 people. Then how about the alternative? How about if I just get the email address of these people, go to my email, type the email address, and send them all of this email? Instantly, they will get the message. Now, the method of using the email process is called scale, while the other that is using the post office is called growth. That's what it means in this context. So, if you are thinking of growing your business, you need more money. I'll give you an example. Let's say I open another branch of AFX, right? In 20 states in Nigeria. That requires that I'm going to pay, probably buy a property or rent a space for 1 year minimum. I've got to also hire a security man. I've got to hire a cleaner, staff in all of the offices, right? That's growth. Of course, I will be selling, but that's growth. But how about if I maintain my space where I am and I'm able to serve the whole of the country, the whole of the nation, or across the African continent or across the world? That is scaling. So growth needs more money, while scale is your ability to substantially increase your revenue without substantial increase in expenses. Of course, you will increase your expense, but not substantially. So scale requires proportional resource increase, while growth is linear expansion. Scale needs better people, right, to be able to drive the process behind the scenes so that you are able to reach more people. Growth needs more people. Scale needs better systems and structures. So you've got to start thinking of systems and structures. You've got to start thinking of how you can put things in place to be able to ensure that you get the scale, you put your product out there beyond your locality. You don't want to be a local champion. You've got to create products and services that goes beyond your environment or that goes beyond your street, that goes beyond your locality. That's what we are talking about. So the question I want to ask you is your business scalable? Why SMEs struggle to scale most times has to do with processes that depend heavily on manual labor and personal effort. You have to think and ask yourself, what are the repeated tasks that I always have to do manually all the time? And that also requires that sometimes you change your business idea, your business that you do. There are people that really want to do that, but you want to scale smarter. You want to grow your business smarter. So you have to start thinking. Don't hold on to the culture that you think, yeah, this is how I. No, 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 no. Start rethinking this thing. What idea can I, start implementing that is scalable rather than, yes, what is that thing that is scalable? So the question is, do you have too much manual work? Start looking at those kind of businesses and start cutting them down or start thinking of what to automate. You've got to start thinking of structure because most SMEs struggle to scale because they do not have structure. They lack organized systems and clear processes. Their business is me and I, Nigerian Limited or Africa Limited. It's about you and you and you and you. You are scared to build system. You can't. You are the one doing marketing. You are the one doing production. You are the one doing design. You are the content. You are everything. In fact, you are all things to all men so that by all means you make money. No, you can't do that as a business owner. You've got to create system and structure. And I know you will say, oh, I don't have the money to pay. I don't have money. From beginning, you probably will do a whole lot of things alone. Yes, everybody has that story. However, Have it at the back of your mind that you need to create system and structures to include people. Start raising people, start training people, start bringing people into your system, start giving people shares, start selling your vision to people that really believe that can work with you over a period of time. Start raising people. Begin to have structure in your mind. A lot of SMEs don't track. You don't have data. You don't even know how much you made last week, last month. Your account is messed up. If I use your personal account to collect, payment and all of that, you use that same account to buy suya. You use that same account to buy edikaiko soup and pounded yam. You do not have record. You can't track where your customers are coming from. You don't know where they are. You are just selling by luck. If people buy, fine. If they don't buy, fine. You pray, you work hard, You've got to be able to track. Let me tell you something. Whatever you can measure, you will not be able to optimize it. Optimization comes by measuring. Your ability to measure is what makes you to be able to optimize whatever it is that you're doing. So are you really optimizing what you are doing? Are you able to measure? Are you able to measure? Do you keep records? You have to be meticulous about it. Except you just want to run, that business the way it is. You keep working hard and nothing is growing year in, year out. You don't, sometimes SMEs don't even study. They don't go for training. They don't build their capacity. You can't really build any company or organization without being able to track whatever. Some people are just flying blind. They are just flying blind. Anywhere looks like it. You just keep going. You don't know the number of businesses or customers you had every month, every week, every year. You don't know. You don't have a map to show, or analytics to show what time your sales goes up yearly, what time it goes down. You don't know the gender distribution of your customers. You don't know their region. You don't know their age group. You can't even really target customers because you've not been able to track anything. How are you really going to scale your business? How? It's not going to work. So you've got to be able to start tracking. You also need to learn to delegate. I know you're a perfectionist. You have an excellent spirit. You are the only one that has the wisdom of above, that can do all things without staying, or you are so good. But guess what? You have to delegate. You have to be willing to distribute responsibilities. You have to be able to correct people and say, hey, fix this, fix this, fix this. And they learn over a period of time. That time you want to use to do all the jobs, take away some of the time and delegate and teach people how to do it. Yes, I know you will say you teach them and they are good and they leave. Some will leave, some will stay. But however, keep teaching until the point where you're able to hire professionals that will probably tell you what to do rather than you telling them all the time what to do. Business owners lack visibility. They have, they lack, clear insight into business operations. Nobody know them. People don't really know that you exist. And that's one of the things that this AfriScale is going to help us to achieve. We're going to help you gain visibility. And this week, or, this week to next week, the week is ending already, we'll start, the funding, and we'll put a lot of businesses out there. Yes. We'll give you platform and system. We will give you visibility, right? Either in the place of Google ads, Facebook ads, and all of that. Give you the platform to be able to be known. Listen, guys, people need to know that you exist. It's easier to sell a product than to build a brand. You've got to build a brand. You've got to be able to be seen and be known and be able to attract customers yourself, right? Great. So, how do you identify scalable businesses? So you know if your business is scalable, right? And we're still in January, and you may want to say, hey, I think I should probably rethink this business I'm into, right? Can your business serve many people at once? If your business can serve many people at once, I think your business is scalable. But if not, you may want to rethink it. Can your business serve many people? Your business model need to allow, simultaneous service delivery to multiple customers, right? At the same time, consistently, not this whole manual process that you always do, right? You are always the one answering people's WhatsApp over and over and over and over again. Can your business serve many people at once, consistently? If the answer is yes, your business is scalable. If the answer is no, it's either you start rethinking your business idea or you start rethinking your business delivery process. If your business does not need, cost to rise in growth, your business is scalable. Of course, what are you doing that you really can scale it without really increasing substantially in your expenses? What are you really doing? Is your business easy to automate? If your business is easy to automate, then it's scalable. Key processes, that you can automate with technology. Can you really use technology to automate your business? Is your business easy to expand? Can you reach new markets and customer segments? Can you sell outside the shores of this country? Can you sell outside the shores of your state? Can you do that? If the answer is yes, welcome. You have a scalable business. But if the answer is no, even if it's a service, you offer service, right? It doesn't have to be product. It can be product or services. Can you really scale? Or you have to be physically present? For instance, you are into design and you have to be the one doing it. No, move from just designing flyer to becoming a branding company where you have others be, working with you, and you can really distribute this thing to them and think bigger. You've got to be able to expand beyond your immediate market. Right. Which SMEs are naturally scalable? E-commerce. I'm going to bring e-commerce experts here, right? To be able to show you some of the ways, to be able to give you the tools and resources and hold your hands to be able to see how you can really excel in e-commerce business. E-commerce business. Online retail businesses can serve unlimited customers and automated systems at the same time. Fashion with production. That's scalable manufacturing and distribution of fashion products, right? Of course, training and consulting is scalable. You want to look at food chains, like franchise food businesses that can replicate successful models across multiple locations, right? We have a whole lot of them in the country. I don't want to call or market any brand, just like that. We have logistics. We have online services, either digital service scale with minimal addition, like website design and all of those things. Those businesses are scalable, right? So you may want to look at that. If you want to test if your business can scale, can it run without you? Can you standardize tasks? Can you, can you teach reduce work? Is your market wide enough? For you to be able to position yourself for scale, you've got to really know what you sell. What are you selling? What exactly is your product? Now, it's important for you to gain clarity on what you are into. You can't be all things to all men so that by all means you make money. What exactly are you selling? Who exactly is your target market? And in talking about target market, I will discuss that maybe tomorrow, but just to give a summary of that, you have to look at the primary target market, secondary target market, and tertiary target market. If you're a fashion designer, don't say, who is your target market? You hear people say, all the men in Nigeria. No, all the men in Nigeria will not buy from you. There are men in Nigeria that can't afford your product or service. There are men in Nigeria that are too big and they are looking for brands that have name that they will buy from. So I'm not saying those at the top can't buy from you, but that's not really people that you will naturally target, but probably they will probably get to hear about you and buy from you, but that's not really where you've got to put your energy that you're targeting from beginning. So who do you serve? Identify your target customer segment and the ideal profile. psychography, demography. We're going to discuss all of that. Why did these customers choose you? Like, what's your unique selling proposition? What's your unique value proposition? What competitive edge do you have? And then you hear a lot of people say things like, "Oh, we're we offer quality product at the cheapest price." That's too generic, really. That's good, yes, fantastic, but that's generic. You have to be deeper than that because others also offer quality. They also offer, cheap product, except if you have really, really done your background check and you know that you are the lowest, you give the lowest price ever. Then you say things like that. You've got to look for that unique thing that stands you out. Then you've got to understand your numbers. How much, what are the expenses that you incur? What are the revenue minus cost? Who are your lifetime customer? What is the cost of acquiring customer? Now, these are the things you've got to put together to understand your numbers. Now, look at it clearly. You have to track all money coming into your business from sales and services. Every single money. If you can hire an accountant, hire one. If you can't hire any, look for digital tools and product that you can use. We're going to share some in the course of the training. They are free ones, but come on, you always use free things. Sometimes you can, you pay or subscribe. However, there are tools like Google Sheets, right, that you can really keep and track, your expenses there. Just simple templates, understand what's coming in, what you are spending, and then what the profit is. Google Sheet can just help you get that done. Really, what is your total income that you're generating? What is it? Right? What are the expenses that you're incurring? If you don't really look at your expense sheet, how do you know where to cut expenses? There was a time in our organization we looked at the expense sheet and we realized that we're spending a whole lot of money in maintenance. What exactly is an issue? Guess what? We had to rewire the whole building because it just looked as though every week an electrician is coming to fix something here, fix something there. This is coming to do this. We say, what is it? Rewire the whole organization. Probably there's a fault somewhere. Until date, that expense is off and the expenses have gone down because we have a record. Therefore, we are looking at it and saying, what's happening here? Why is this expenses going up every year in, year out? So how do we cut down this? Right? So you have to really look at the expenses. Then you minus what revenue minus cost, right? That's your actual earning after all expenses are deducted. That's really, if you are really in business, you are making profit. How much does it cost for you to get a customer? And how much do they spend over a period of 1 year, each customer? If I call you now and I say, "Oh, Mr. Eze is your customer, right?" Yes. How much has he spent? Has he really spent, purchasing stuff from you throughout last year? Do you know that? That's when you know your high customers, the ones that you really want to make them offer and all of that, right? How much really are are your customers spending? Each of your customers spending in purchasing stuff from you. How much? And then finally, how much are you spending in acquiring one customer? For those of you that run ads or you go out to market and all of that, how much are you really spending in acquiring customers? So you really need to put this down and be able to look at it and say, "Oh, okay, these are the numbers that you need to know, guys," right? For a start, these are the numbers that you need to know. So what are the systems you need to put in place for you to be able to scale marketing? You have to have a system to attract and reach your target audience consistently. See, guys, you can offer the best thing in the world and nobody will know about you. You can be the best and nobody knows about you. So you have to have a system of marketing your product and services, and you have to be unashamed in marketing those products and services. You can't have pride in marketing this thing. It is your product Own it and market it. People need to know that you exist. We're going to talk about the marketing funnel. And you're going to see people need to know that you exist. The reason people are not buying is because they don't know you exist. You are bombarding people inbox on your phone and all of that, your status. Expand your market base. Have systems that attract and reach new customers consistently. Underline the word consistently. Consistency is very important and it helps you to win the game consistently. And when you market, understand that the aim is to sell. You can market, people know that you exist. How do you convert prospect into paying customers efficiently? They need to buy. If people are not buying your product, you are not in business. You are doing something else. If people are not buying your product, you are not in business. Of course, I'm not saying that they will start buying from day one necessarily, but you need to understand the essence of marketing is not to just look good or get healing, is to sell. You've got to sell your product. You've got to sell. Then you look at operations. You have to start looking at standardizing procedures. Deliver your product or service. How do you deliver your product? Knowledge management is document these processes so you are able to pass it on and use it to train new staff when they come in. Oh, this is how we do here. When we do this, this is how we do. Then we'll move people here and do this and do this. Systematically document them. Remember, you are building to scale. You are not just building to survive. You can't just run a business just to survive. Oh, you have money to pay your rent, you have money to eat food, buy clothes, pay children's school fees, and you are good. No. You are not here for that. You are here to build generational wealth, system structures that outlive you. That's what you are here for. So you have to start looking at operations and start documenting them. You have to have that mentality. You can't just have a mentality of survival. Basic necessities: what to eat, what to wear, where to live, and then probably a car to oppress people in the environment, and then you are good. Nope. If you can hear me, please type "I am learning" on the chat so I'm able to know that we are following. Of course, if you are not learning, type "I'm not learning." Right? So let's do that quickly. Type "I am learning." If you are not learning, type "I am not learning." Right? Now, listen, you've got to be able to standardize your systems and processes. Right? Then you have to be able to have customer service systems to maintain satisfaction and loyalty. Some of us don't treat our customers right, and therefore they do not come back. We don't. We use people. We're so good at using. So we just wait. After selling, you just say to go to hell. When they come back to you for public support or question, they say, I beg, don't disturb me. How much did you even buy yourself? Right? And all of that. How much do you spend? Please, I don't like customers that stress me. That's because you are not thinking long term. You are not really thinking long term. If you are really thinking long term, you will nurture your customers, satisfy them to a point where they become loyal and they keep coming back. You can't really keep playing this game of using people to succeed and just moving on to the next customers. The reason you have not been able to build that empire or that business is because you keep using people. You use people, they buy, you move to new. You keep looking for new customers daily. How about the customers that have been buying for you for the last 1, 2, 3 years? Are they really coming back or they are going away? It is easier to have somebody that once purchased from you coming back than for you to acquire a new customer sometimes. And when they keep coming back, they will refer others. So learn how to treat people right. You have to really love people as a business owner. You have to have what we call love. You've got to love people. There are businesses that I've really carried out, or services I've really carried out, that have to spend more. Probably something went wrong, but I don't need to even tell the person. I spend more to get the job done because I know this is marathon. This is not a sprint. We are building systems and structures to be able to to have people's loyalty, to be able to build trust, integrity. And then you can't just be running business. So if you have that mindset, you can't scale. Finance, you have to track and manage all of the financial transactions and report them yearly. You have to have people that you're accountable to. You can't be a business owner, you are the manager, CEO, MD, everything. You don't submit your sheet to anybody. You don't have a mentor that look at your book and question what you are spending and all of that. You are just all by yourself. No, come on. What are you doing? Nope. So you have to build systems, that outlive you, that you are able to succeed in. So carry a self-assessment, right? This year, don't just rush. What is working, right? What's really working? Settle down and have an assessment. Go on a retreat. What's really working in this thing I'm doing? What will really break under pressure? What do I need to fix? Tell yourself the truth. Don't lie. See, I've had the opportunity of training a lot of business owners and also mentoring people. We have a lot of people that are lying to themselves. You are just busy. You are very, very, very busy. But you know that this thing is not scalable. Please carry out a self-assessment. What are the things that I'm doing that will break under pressure? Is this really working? It's okay to give up when things are not working and you know that that's not where you ought to be. So, we've heard a lot of things about, oh, don't give up and all of that, right? Yeah, that's true. That's true. Don't give up. But there are times that dust your shoe and say, I don't think this system is working. So let me move somewhere else, right? And sometimes, yeah, it's not working, but I just need to fix it. I don't need to move. I don't need to go anywhere. I need to fix it. That's the idea. That's the process. That's how to do it. So carry out a self-assessment. What's working? What really breaks under pressure? And then what needs to be fixed, right? And then you begin to reduce things like your errors, things that you need to use to save time, put together clear guide, on the things that you need to, you need in your company, put together standard operating procedures that in case you hire others, you can train them with, have a checklist, right? Put together templates, put together clear workflows, and then the next you have to start looking at is clear message. What unique value do I bring on board? Who benefit most from your offerings? What is my strongest promise? And then you have to start thinking of having a clean online presence, a professional, consistent digital footprint. Underline the word consistent. Some of us post once a week. And you think, no, it's not good enough. Consistent digital presence. Consistent digital presence, right? So, do we have any questions so far? Do you have any questions so far? We're going to be ending this session by 8:30. So I think I should stop here. For anyone that has any question, if you have any question, I will respond to you. You can drop your question in the chat, and then I'll pick that question. My team is also online. They will share. I'll get to, respond to your question. All right. Do you have any question? Do you have any question? Please feel free to respond to send in your question, and I'll be glad to respond to them. Okay. All right. Okay, so Opoyemi has a question. Please do well. Just drop the question in the chat, and of course, gladly be willing to respond to your question. So we'll be leaving this call by 8:30 max, so we are able to go and rest for the day. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Lando also have a question. Please drop your question. Okay. Lando says, sir, please, will you leave this video online so that some of us can rewatch later? It is very insightful and I would love to go through it again. Okay, Lando, no problem. We'll try to do. Okay, how are you going to do your pitching? You're going to do. You've sent in. A lot of you have. Most of you have sent in your deck. It's being currently reviewed, and then we will let you know scalable businesses, right? For some of you that you don't have scalable businesses, we'll send it back to you to review, and then those are the kind of businesses that we will first start thinking of, supporting, right? Okay. Please, when will this program, this training, 8:30? Quite okay. So please send in your question. How can I attract investors in business, engineer? And Jugu will discuss that in the course of this AfriScape program. So stay tuned. Not today. Please, what of a customer that you showed the goods to before sending to them, and when they got the goods, they turn it to another story, despite you handle the conversation calmly and yet refuse to patronize back? Please, sir, what should be done in that aspect? Opeyemi, customers sometimes can really be annoying, but don't lose your calm, right? Thank them for for at least showing interest, get your goods back. You made losses. What you should look at is look inward. How did you get such a lead that is not that qualitative? Do a background check? Did you cross call them to confirm their order? Did you really put out the picture of what you are selling them for them to see, video, pictures, and all of that? Look inward. Don't look outward. I assure you there's something you will need to learn, going forward, that can really help you to gain more quality leads than that. Don't lose your temper. Don't insult anybody. You are building empires. You are building system and structures that will outlive you. You are a city set upon a hill that can't be hidden. You can't really lose your temper that way, right? Um, I need more explanation about this customer experience for SMEs. The summary is, are customers happy when they buy things when they buy from you? That's it. And then how is their experience from the day they discover you to purchase? How seamless, smooth, it is it generally, right? That's what it is. So are they really happy? The quality, quantity, convenience, did they have that experience, right? Among all these steps, which one is the best suitable for startup? Which of the steps? All of the steps we've discussed are very, very important, right? My question is that, are we going to, no, you're not going to submit any other pitch deck. In maintaining good customer relationship, what are some of the things you can be doing to develop love and good customer relationship to build loyalty? You see, one of the major, that's from Samson Clement, one of the major things that you need to understand is that just ensure that you meet the needs of people. And everybody's needs, are not the same. Listen carefully to people. Don't focus on sell, 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 buy, 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 buy. Listen to them. Understand their pain points and focus on selling them. Sometimes it's annoying when you go to buy something and then you request for a particular product, and the vendor doesn't have, but it's trying to push a particular product to you and say, no, this is the best. No, listen to their pain point, understand what they want, explain to them, right? Let them leave there feeling happy. Understand that it's not about you, it's about them. Focus on them. Don't focus on yourself. You are not the focus. You are not. right? So just listen to your customers, understand their pain points, and see how you can really, meet their needs. Yeah, Gumbo, we're having class tomorrow. Thank you, sir, for the lecture. Okay, thank you, Patience. What about user persona? I need clarity on it, how it is related to target customers, market segment, and strategy. So, Peculiar, we have a session on that, right? How to, your target audience, persona, and all of that. We're going to deal with that, Peculiar Mercy, in other sessions. Abdul Malik Shoaib, I love, yes, I love it. Abdul Malik Shoaib. Okay, thank you, Abdul Malik Shoaib. How are we to know? Okay. Okay. I just learned a lot this evening. Thank you, sir. My question is, does it mean agribusiness like poultry farming and piggery are not scalable? Of course they are scalable, Lando, Anita. What? Chicken poultry is not scalable? I ate a lot of chicken this Christmas. It's not all of the chicken I ate that came from my state, right? I'm not I'm not trying to turn all of you to people that abuse softwares, but start thinking, how do you sell this chicken and pig product beyond your state? So it's your start thinking that way, Lando, right? Of course they are scalable. We still import, I think, chicken till date into Nigeria. So how is that not scalable? They are scalable. It is. If there's still a chance to send in my, okay, please, my name is Ozioma. You said we need to have someone to report to as a startup and sole proprietor. How or who can I report to? That's Ozioma. Ozioma, look for a mentor. You have to have a mentor. You see, guys, in this generation where all of us a lot of young people just think that they know it all. They go to YouTube, watch a YouTube video, they're inspired, they think that they don't need any guidance. You need a mentor, guys. You need someone that you can submit to. You need someone that have gone through the way, that will be able to look at your books. You can also get a chartered accountant, right? Look for someone that is experienced that you can say, sir or ma, I would like to please submit to you for you to be able to mentor me and look at my books every year or every month, right? As long as you're not a burden. And listen, guys, mentorship does not mean sponsorship, because this year, our generation have mistaken mentorship to sponsorship. Immediately you tell someone, I want to mentor you, what you're invariably telling the person is, I want you to sponsor me. You start begging for money. Do not collect money from your mentors. Do not. Okay. Ozioma, yes. So go and look for somebody that you respect, that you can really say you want them to mentor you. Is scalability possible from a prototype SME? Of course, start thinking scale from that point. That's the point. Scalability is a system. Start thinking scale. First, from there, run a scalability testing on your product. Is my business scalable? If the answer is no, stop it. Go to another business. The session is very clear and understanding. Thank you, Emmanuel. You made us success in our business. Thank you, Abdullahi Zaka. What about those into pharmaceutical? How can they scale? Okay, so this question is from Sanke. Sanke is asking, how about those in pharmaceutical? How can they scale? I need everyone to send in their response on how Sanke can scale pharmaceutical product. Okay, so think and just send your response. Let's see. Let's get some response for Sanke. How can we start to test market with customers when NAFDAC is yet to certify the product because it is undergoing test? Ghazali. Okay, so if you have a product that need NAFDAC accreditation, please be patient and get the accreditation, because we have to be lawful and abiding citizens of Nigeria, right? Or wherever you are. How can you use to step down to our customer? Abdul Malik, that question is not clear. My name is Mohammed Abdullah Fana. I am just coming due to next. Okay, so welcome, Mohammed. Can you say give me at least few examples of business that are not scalable? Fana, Patience Usman. I gave example like businesses that need your presence all the time before it works. The scalable businesses that you cannot automate some processes, they are not scalable. Yeah, of course. In the last time I taught this, this topic, a lady stood up, probably she's on the call, and said that she realized her business is not scalable. And I asked her what business she's into. She says she's into POS, right? Can you really scale POS? Well, your guess is as good as mine. Quene Damian, will there be any attendant? Okay, so thank you so much. We have 4 minutes to go. Please ask only question with regards to what we are learning today. Please keep the question to only what we are learning today here, right? For those into training, capacity building, and human capital development, is this scalable business category? Wow, that's the most probably scalable business maybe in the world. Very, very scalable. Medina Abubakar. The class tomorrow isn't the time. The time for tomorrow is still 7:30. They say customers are always right. Do we go by that to our customers at all time? Yes, Abdul Malik. Of course, that word customers are always right does not literal, it's not a literal definition of right. It's the point that you have to respect them, make them happy and all the time, right? Even when you disagree, you can still do that respectfully rather than derogatory, right? Um, okay. God bless you, sir. I really appreciate the responses you made as if you were present, but at times it can be tiring and make someone looks like someone that doesn't know what she's doing. Okay, but I believe you're talking about the customer that want to return your product. Don't worry, Opeyemi. You see, a lot of people have issues in their lives, and immediately they buy your product, they want to pour it on you. Don't take that junk on you, right? Be the person that transmits joy and happiness. Just smile and say thank you so much, and just learn from the process. You are building system and structures. You are building global businesses. You don't want anything distracting you. How much are you selling, right? And ensure you don't insult the person. Don't be rude. Happily just move away and say thank you so much. Have a great day. Hope to have you. Of course, you don't want to have such a person again, but I mean, and then just go away, right? Leave a very good impression with that person. Thanks for the class. It's really insightful, especially when you mention knowing one's unique value proposition, it hits differently, right? Thank you. Blessing. We have 1 more minute to go. All right, everyone. It's been a great time this evening. I hope we've really, really been able to have gotten value at least for the last is it 1 hour? Yeah, I think 1 hour, right? Or less than 1 hour, right? Hope to see you tomorrow. We're going to do this again tomorrow by 7:30. We're going to be dealing with, we're going to be showing you how to scale your business and have a successful business this year. And we hope that you will also be able to take action. Now, I would like you to know that it's not enough to know. Wisdom is knowing what to do and doing it. Okay. See how you can, take action, quick action, repeated action, right? And make it fast, right? Thank you so much for spending this time with us. I want to really thank everyone. We had people joining us from Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. We had a lot of people from LinkedIn here, actually, right? Do I have anybody from LinkedIn? Oh, okay. We have a lot of people more from YouTube. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us. I want to wish you a good night rest. See you tomorrow, same time, 7:30. Keep succeeding, keep scaling. Cheers and bye.